Welcome, guys. Welcome. Where your phone there? Eh? Oh, take it. Jesus, speak. Give me this. You know how much of the man have to say something, so, man? No, sir. Take your time, man. Yeah, don't do that. Free them car that mash up, you know. It turn off. Alright, let me see. Still not company. Alright, we turn off this and turn it on. Sorry about this, guys. I thought this thing was ready and Freddy, but technical difficulties. Connect. Still not go on it. I don't understand what's going on. Which other device are there now? Bluetooth. Now I'm go on TikTok today, you know. What the person me have to talk about, you know, man? Hey, devil, left from your side, man. Tired of this, you know. Left from your side, devil. Left from your side. Lift up. Today I sat there seriously today, you know. Alright. Connect now? Yes.
Demonstration even before then, and that little bit after
I saw this low.
Still control crime, manage crime.
No, sir. This a man I need to talk with some volume in him. He come like someone now get to deal with all him. I want us look past him. Cause me have to strain for hear the box. And the box buck. This not safe. Let me hear the other audio.
Me not care how the video come across anybody. Me not care on receive it, but hear me now. You see after the storm gone, after I'm telling you the dream them, I'm telling you, I see the flood water, I'm telling you people are go homeless, people are go dead and all these things. I never listen. But anyways, God give me one dream, and He showed me in the dream that you guys did not repent. You did not repent. Instead of repenting, you were mocking and you were scoffing. And in the dream, I was personally angry with all of you in Jamaica, especially, I don't even know, I don't want to say it's Portland directly, but I'm going to say I was down on the eastward side of Jamaica. And I saw what the Jamaican people were doing. Man act like a woman, all sort of something. Pure filthiness in the dream. And I was so angry with entire people who I saw in that dream. And I started saying, repent, fear God and give Him glory. Repent, for the hour of His judgment is come. Repent. I was calling on to you guys to repent, and I said, Portland. I don't know why I said Portland, but Portland, me, I want to know. Repent. But anyways, you see, after the dream, Monday gone, He showed me another dream with a storm. We brush it off because I never really see it clearly. If we go back again, by Tuesday, they get the same dream with a storm coming. I don't know when, I don't know where. But I was in Jamaica because my father was there with me. Me not say nothing. On a repent, you hear me? I want to know. Jamaica, you have not sincerely repented, and God is going to beat you again. He's not done with you. Repent. Too much people cannot tell us and they never repent sincerely. So repent. You hear me? I tell you now. Next thing. Me see me have more dreaming about me.
What has happened?
Just as me say some of the time, we can't remember. This one fireball come to the earth. It could be wormwood. One star revelation, wormwood. Made all the waters bitter, wormwood. Next dream, we say soldiers are invading Jamaica, like going into people's yard and all these things. I don't know what caused it, but I saw all of that. Some of you in America, you'll be taken to different locations other than your houses. It look like you'll be taken to camps. Where you're going is not your house. You have to register to go into a different type of settlement. And like I said, there's a new pandemic coming, and it's going to be very detrimental, and it's going to take a lot of people. Remember that. This one is somewhat purposely released into the atmosphere in the dream that I saw. I said I saw missiles in Jamaica, missiles like fire rocket. Let me not say fire rocket, because it sounds like strings. Rocket in a Jamaican airspace. One drop near my foot and me have to move because we never want dead. I saw that in Jamaica. I saw America going to war and them soldiers are retreat. Me don't know why. You cannot ask me. But next thing, one like a burning topic. You see the girl what they are further, we do the immigration service work, what she call herself chin, repent, and stop work obia. Stop from work obia. You fool many people with the video, make them think that immigration service have uncles and I know say over there they tell people open God Dollar Tree go buy green can go and work all of their obia. You can't fight me, so repent. A God fight my battles for me. So me I tell up with my big chest, repent.
Oh.
So the next lady, what they put up her video on TikTok, I didn't even remember her name, I don't even know her name. And she said, Sandra, you're a candle. She said, me light it and then bust up Sandra, the candle at work, girl, the candle at work. Repent! And stop walk obia. You people are normalizing these things too much, and that is why you are going to get a beating. That's why someone are dead hungry right now. The tree can't get no help. God is punishing you. And not everybody knows for help in this time. The least you can do is offer a word of prayer and pray that they repent. Many of you are going to go down in the season. 2026 now go catch no for uno. Famine, I go nyam no for uno. Remember, me tell us, I say, God show me that the supplies are depleting. America never locked down for a reason. Jamaica will be shut down shortly. You see that warning? If there's a warning for Jamaica, the airports will be closed. You know what that I tell us say? Do you know what that is trying to tell you? Lay up your treasures in heaven, for where your treasure is, there your heart may be also. Repent, fear God, and give him glory. Have a great day.
Oh Lord, there were so many people that were dead. And it fell from those airplanes. God showed me many woes, that's many signs, many things are going to happen. Good morning, everybody. I had to come alive today in obedience to the Lord. Those who have ears to hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to your church this morning. I had an open vision this morning. And in this vision, I was at a church. And there were youth outside the church, young people outside the church. And one of them I knew, but I knew something wasn't right with him. And his face was different. And it was red and black. And I had just previously given him a warning. And it seems like he didn't take heed to the warning. And the next thing I know, in this vision, I saw people, many people falling from the sky. So when I looked closer, I could see airplanes. And the people were falling from the airplane. It was so many people that was falling from the airplane. And in my spirit, I knew God was telling me the rapture was taking place. If any of you all have been to weddings where the little boy runs and says the bride is coming, I was running and I was saying, the rapture is taking place. You all, the rapture is taking place. I was in the church building at this point. I was in the rapture was taking place. When I went inside, there were people that were there before and they were going. My two of my children were actually still with me. And so people were not moving. Some of the people were just standing there, still by the door. And I remember I was telling my parents, I said, the rapture is taking place. Now, you all repent, the rapture is taking place. And so one was like in the kitchen and someone else was somewhere else in the church. And I said, the rapture is taking place. And they just said, all right. I literally could hear from the word, all right, the times of Noah. They continued to do what they were doing, wherever they were doing in the church. I never seen them come out, wherever they were at the time. They never came out. And so when they came back to the sanctuary, the Lord said, I'm about to take your 2 children. And so there was a peace that came over me. And when I turned around and looked at my 2 children, they were holding each other. And they said, one of them said to me, Mommy, he said, you're coming, but you have work to do. You have work to do. So the next thing I know, they disappeared right before my eyes. But the way they disappeared, it wasn't scary or gruesome. It was like little sprinkles of a rainbow. That's the best I can describe it. It was so little. It was tiny colors. I could still see the beautiful colors that they turned into. So it was like a promise that appeared before me. And as soon as they left, I saw a demon on the ground. And it was red and black. It was shaped like a human, 2 legs and 2 arms and a head. But it didn't look like a human. And it was moving like a spider and his body was contorting. So when I saw something on the ground, it was like a briefcase or something. I remember I hit it. And when I hit it, its neck contorted backwards. And then its neck began to come back. And then it began to come back into place. So then I pulled its head off. And when I opened the church door, another demon that was just like it came in. He had black fingernails, just like that one, but long black fingernails. And it was about, the nails were about this long. And I was fighting this demon. There were teenagers, youth, they were standing outside. Even though people had fallen from the sky. They were physically awoke, but spiritually they were asleep. It's like I was the only one that knew the rapture was taking place and was trying to almost wake the people up that were physically up. We are living in a time that people must be ready because judgment is in house of God first. The Lord said to warn his people, to warn everyone, you must be ready. Wake up from your slumber and choose this day whom you're going to serve. There were so many souls, so many people, you know.
So, you know, one to elaborate.
One.
So, you know, people.
GPS.
Sorry, I don't know why this thing I keep doing that. When I press space, it has skip. Anyway, make sure to start off with the warnings, them, you know, because the main message and the constant message is that we need to look to God. There's no real solution without God being at the epicenter and the nucleus of it. Right? So, if you're not tired to hear that, you're not tired to watch that show there, this platform. Just to make you know that's true. Alright? But moving on to the matters at hand. Listen what that Bridget has about JPS. And this man look like my one businessman, you know. Listen to this.
I have to speak about this because it's really on my mind. So JPS has been approved 7% increase to us.
Oh man.
We just got 150 million US from the government.
Slow man.
They're still putting up their old poles everywhere.
When I hear anything good, people.
Blow down in the next.
People, when I hear anything good.
All these concrete and metal poles and stuff.
When I hear anything good, people. I not even see nobody texting or chatting. I want people in there. What the hell did I go on there so? No man, from what they are being new people. None of my people when me send in our group, I get the message them. No, hold on there. Wait. What me have the group them for? Come like a group them now, or this serious. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody in the group? Me just a check. Can I send on broadcast? And me look on the live and me wonder when people in there. Okay, so we have Carly in here, so and we have Rose. Alright. I wonder how I go on. You don't know. People when you come in I think when you can say hello, you know. When you make me there so feel like somebody I talk to myself to Daniel, how I go on? No man, I don't know if you do that, man. I don't know if you do that, man. You just come on, not even say hello, how I go on, Bolo. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody in the group? Anybody in the group getting the message them? Hello? Send one next message. Hold on there. Can't have so much people. Hello? Anybody in the group getting the message them? Hello? Can't. Too much group there, so nobody now get the message them. Hello. I need to know if you guys are getting the message in the group. Oh. Mighty God. One more group. Hello. I need to know if you guys are getting in the message. Oh. Are you getting the messages, eh? No, sir. I'm stressed out. Stress right out. It's not safe. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the bridge now, because a serious conversation is. Listen to this.
So today I have to speak about
Brenda, big up.
It's really on my mind.
Hold on, wait a second. What?
JPS.
It is because victims are now getting grants of 20s. Grants of 20,000. Oh yeah, sir.
Has been approved 7% increase to us. They just got 150 million US from the government.
Mm-hmm.
They're still putting up their old poles everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Board pole that will blow down in the next hurricane.
You hear that?
All these concrete and metal poles are supposed to replace with.
Yeah, Bolo, I get the message them. Yeah, man, I get them from the tweeting them. But at those time, I don't get to listen to them. I listen to them.
Alright, at least we get a response.
It's going very slow. So places where they don't feel they need it, they drop a little old pole because a little point nearby, you know, they don't need no big pole. They can blow down again.
You hear the man reasoning. The man said, my reasoning, you know, this is what the man said. JPS is putting up the old poles. The same old pole we're going to drop down the next hurricane. So, infrastructure-wise, are they building back better with JPS, or have they considered that? Because there was a video, you know, that, and I have to big up the journalists for doing this, the mainstream media journalists. They were literally measuring how deep the poles were in the ground. And JPS responded and said it depends on the topography of the soil and one bag of something. Not taking any responsibility, in my opinion, or being accountable that the pole them need to go deeper into the ground. So the point that they were making, or the point that I think they were making to JPS, is that, yo, you guys have these concrete poles, but the pole them still drop down. The pole them still drop down, brother. So what is the point of the concrete pole if they still like a blow down where I category 5 storm? The concrete pole them supposed to stand up. Where you need to do a dig them, put them deeper into the ground. I think that makes a lot of sense. If you have a building that's properly have a proper foundation and it's concrete, in this case it is a pole, a light pole. If it's put deep enough, I don't see how the breeze is gonna blow it down unless the wire compromise from one next post, and then that the pressure they have that post dropping down pulls down the other post. And even so, it's still a go hard. Dig deeper. So this man is saying them put up the same old pole them. What say you, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening in your community? Let me know in the comment section.
And there's no law now to say to them that all this new stuff you're putting in has to be buried. It cannot be overgrown anymore. Done.
No, I don't know about the law now. You see, the law part of it, we say the stuff have to be buried. To put in, to implement that type of structure in Jamaica, the cost of that would be ridiculous. JPS neither has the contract from Jamaica at this point in time in terms of a lengthy contract, or do they have the capital, in my opinion, to take on such a project. And such a project would only mean that the people in where thief light can't thief light no more. If them run it underground, I don't see how the people them can't thief light anymore. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's gonna be very costly for them to run wires underground in Jamaica. It's gonna put a whole system of that all around the country. It sounds good, but the cost evaluation, I don't think they have that type of money right now, man.
So we just lent them 150 million US. You mean them broke?
Yeah.
If they can't fix their own grid, it mean they're broke. If I need to borrow money to fix my house, you know I don't have money.
I don't think about that. I don't think the JPS broke. Carrying Wagwan. The man said if you can't find it, JPS can't find them own money to rebuild them thing. That means them broke. Or them don't want to spend them own money. One out there too.
I forgot borrow the money. If I could borrow money to buy a car, it means I don't have the money to buy the car, I forgot borrow the money. And if I have the money, it means it's somewhere I hide it. Somewhere I'm not bringing it in. So I'd rather use other people's money.
Yes.
That's my 2 cents.
Something.
And then you're going to take that 7% now for the 800,000 customers that you have exclusive for. And link them with 7%.
Mm-hmm.
What a better way, what a deal.
What a deal.
Because now even the government who pays the electricity have to pay that 7% increase. So not only have you gotten your money back, paying your interest with the loan that you got almost free for who knows how long, and we don't know if the government got any more shares, and we know time it to more time to screw us more, basically, because we're being hit by you for the last how much years. We don't even know how to turn around because the prices just keep going up. It's the highest electricity rate anywhere almost. In the world. And you now going to take our 7% more to pay your loan. Where's all the money you have made for how many years exclusive to Jamaica? Where's that money? You're going to say you lose money? That's what you're going to say next? But if you lose money, what you staying around for? Make another company come in and deal with it. And our back has been against the wall. So now we have had a hurricane, which is the best thing could happen to JPS. Because now they can suck the government more and say, well, you know, we don't have the money, so if you're not going to give us the money, then, all right, we just back out. Yeah. And them shake because them have no choice because a new company can't come in so quick. Imagine that.
We're in a pickle for real.
With that, Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Put up with it. We have solar almost going up everywhere. Why? You drive across a couple countries in the world, you don't see no solar. Why? They don't need it. Electricity is low. In Jamaica, we have to put solar, so we're going dead.
Literally.
Because the light bill is so high, electricity bill is ridiculous, and the service sucks. Try to get them on the phone now. Sucks. That's why we...
Somebody talked about that in a video. On TV. The lady say you call them, you can't get them. You don't know what is going on. No response. You only see them put out media release. Hey, I tell you, man, you see the more and more the money move away from human beings, they realize with all the problem of human beings come with, it is far better than AI or robots. Far better. No joke.
Two different things. We put up a water tank because we don't have enough water coming, too much water lock up. We buy 4-wheel drive because too much potholes. We put burglar bars because by the time the thief come through the door, you call the authority, them take forever to come. Just think about it. Think about it. You put a generator because you're afraid of power cut.
Tell me something. What working in Jamaica? What's up, Ryan? If you listen to what the man said a while ago, what actually works in Jamaica? Because I'm not lying, you know. It costs more money to build your house, you know. Because you have to put bar grill pan like you're in a prison. Because the place is not safe. Look at America. Just look at some of the other countries around the world. As bad as things be. You see nobody put no grill. The only place for them put grill pan. I get to hear them. Where crime high. But yet still they want to tell us that crime is low, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get there. Trust me, we're going to get there. Mighty God.
So we keep doing things instead of fixing the problem.
Exactly.
We're patching the problem.
I'll be a patchwork them though.
And now we have...
When them call it Spark, they should call it patch program. I'll be a patchwork.
Make a public service who has dug us up for how many years? Can't give us proper service. Every time there's a hurricane, we pay for it.
Every time.
The same when the government took out a catastrophe.
Listen to this.
Insurance. While JPS can't have that. Don't tell me. Anybody can insure. Insurance, you can insure anything. No, your dog you can insure. There are people that will take the insurance. And you telling me a company like you don't have insurance? So that when a transformer blow up or fire start and burn down somebody's house because it's your fault, or hurricane blow down the poles, you don't have insurance? Your customers must pay for it. This is outright
madness. Yeah.
I tell you that. We must pay for your disaster. When a hurricane, I have to think about it. Hurricane come and blow up my roof. Why don't I charge the government for my roof? Why don't I find a way to get somebody to pay for my roof? Because why not?
You hear that? The man has said, hurricane come blow in my roof. Mickey, what's up? Hurricane come blow in my roof. The man said, Mickey, big up yourself. Quinn makes big up. The man said, hurricane come lick off my roof. Why don't charge the government? That's a really good idea, Isn't that essentially what happened? The government should lend every Jamaican money to fix them roof and them house. Oh, my son. If you can lend JPS, a company where have ownership, where have so much money, $24 billion. And we pay tax. What is the Jamaican government committed to for we, the people of Jamaica, that is victims of Hurricane Melissa? Huh? Them even get help. A $50 million worth of construction material, you know. Chemtech give them what they, you know. 50 million, me say, you know. That not gonna be enough for help everybody, no. But that's a lot coming from one donor. $50 million worth of material to fix back the house them. So hurricane lick down my roof. Yeah, government. I own no responsibility, you know. Yeah, man, come fix up. JPS pole them lick down. Government. What I deal with? What I say?
Blow down my house. Let me tell the government to give me a better house.
Yeah, man, give me a better house, man.
No, don't affect me. Make it blow down.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that you have the full right and exclusive for electricity in Jamaica with 800,000 customers. And you're broke? You have to borrow money? You have to go to the government and borrow 150 million.
That's crazy.
Who knows if you're not borrowing the other 150 from somebody else?
Mm.
You're going to bring people in to pay them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then you want to turn around and charge me 7% more? Time to go solar, come off the grid completely. It suits me to put up the upfront money and say goodbye. I 2 cents.
Hey, if I had the money, yes. Hold on there, people. If I had the money, I would go totally solar as well. No joke.
The government of Jamaica said, anybody who has sent Barry come to Jamaica to help out the hurricane victims, duty free for them barrels. So that not simple to mean that the barrel them are going to come through for free. So why now me as the people are abandon them barrels because do not charge them? Why is it that people walking away, leaving their barrel because do not charge them? Mr. Andrew,
yeah, this a topic you know. Empress. What's up, Empress? Odin Wagwan. Kareem said, also due to Melissa, wouldn't it be best to begin with the affected areas that the ground is open by Melissa? The ground? What do you mean by that? All these extra cosmetics to our homes, the lack of essential services is a deterrent. The only thing Jamaica government is good of is sit in parliament and pontificate every day. No, the pontification is something that has to be done, you know. Don't get me wrong. But what comes at the end of the pontification in action is what is lacking. Get what I say? That is what is lacking, ladies and gentlemen. But here what Kevin has said. One Kevin. Let's get back to it. I don't mind me I eat milk of food. I don't mind.
And me I try to understand something.
Yes.
The government of Jamaica said, anybody who has sent Barry come to Jamaica
yes, sir,
to help out the hurricane victims, duty free,
yeah,
for them barrels. So that not simple to mean that the barrel them are going to come through for free.
Well,
so why now me as the people are abandoned?
No, well, I'm not telling a lie though. I think I did talk to somebody the other day about this. And they still have to pay one money. I just one of the tax them they not have to pay. So people still have to pay. So the devil is in the details, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah?
Them barrels, because we not charge them. Why is it that people walking away, leaving their barrel, because we not charge them? Mr. Antoine, there is 4 containers in the Black River area, right? That is there to help out the hurricane victims. And they are saying that the church that we are to collect these barrels, these containers, cannot collect the container.
Mm-hmm.
Because uno say, uno want an organization to pick up these containers. Because uno want charge with to the container them. Brother, when you not gonna get it, Mr. Andrew One,
We must say.
there is 4 containers
Mm.
in the Black River area,
Yeah.
right? That is there to help out the hurricane victim.
Mm-hmm.
And they are saying that the church that we asked to collect these barrels, these containers, cannot collect the container.
Mm.
Because uno say, uno want an organization to pick up these containers.
Mm.
Because uno want charge with to the container them. Brother, when you not gonna get it, say Jamaica got hit by a category 5 hurricane, and you, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, you are neglect the people then. You should be brought up on charges, bro. You doing a lot, bro. Aren't you retired?
Oh.
This can't be right. People are trying to help. And they can't help, brother. Because we not stop people from getting food, bro. And you're not giving nobody food. And to be honest, all you come with is some 5-day talk, empty promises, and you're not fulfilling nothing. You are not fulfilling nothing, bro. You are hurting the Jamaican people more than anything else. And you are a sellout to the Jamaican people. The owners should be charged for negligence and neglecting the Jamaican people. Because people came to Jamaica and said they want to do search and rescue. And our Prime Minister of Jamaica said, no, we don't need them right now. And you honest, you're watching the people of Jamaica that you could have seen, and you watch them lose their life. You allow them to lose their life. Legal murder up on the Prime Minister hand. Legal murder up on the Prime Minister hand. This is legal murder. Because you are going to put it on the hurricane.
Mm.
Oh, it's the hurricane make this happen.
Mm.
You're neglecting the people of Jamaica. Why up till today we can't see your fancy card that you are about to come with to give the people of Jamaica to go pick up food so they don't have to look like no hooligan running to get food. They can go to the place that you stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the place that you stuck? And to own it, you have not yet prepared nothing for the Jamaican people. The Jamaican people see that there was a preparation done for hurricane insurance, and you got that. So why are you not helping the people of Jamaica?
Wow.
The first person you want to help was JPS.
You know why you're that man.
What happened to the people in the country area
They got talking.
that is out there living outside?
When you come and start talking.
We see it. There's videotapes running the street with these people outside.
Mr.
You're not doing nothing for the
always
people
doing
of
something
Jamaica.
here now. Oh, Mr. Keep what
The
anything on
people of
the
Jamaica should take you to court. We should take Andrew Owners to court for negligence and neglecting the people of Jamaica.
Bitch, scratch, bitch.
Me, I try to understand something.
Me agree with that. I agree with that. The government needs to be taken to court for negligence. Totally agree with that. Anybody that died in that storm, the blood is on their hands. Anybody that died after the storm, the blood is on their hands. That's what I believe.
Put I have a question for you.
I will not give the foot.
Sometimes you're the party.
Now you the foot. Moving on.
So I'm gonna ask all the Caribbean leaders.
But people, the man said 4 container there. More here, more about that story. Anybody know about that story? There 4 container. Church I go for Black River. The church I go. And this was 3 days ago now. The church supposed to go clear the container, and the man then said no. An organization have to clear the container. What can go so? Because you know church have certain, you know? Wow.
Who kept their mouth shut when Donald Trump was illegally killing off our Venezuelan brothers and possibly sisters in the boat. More than 93 persons have been killed. It's like target practice in the waters out there. Yeah? More than 93 persons bombed by the United States of.
Let me say it clearly on this platform. I condemn the actions of Donald Trump in that regard and the US government on a humanitarian level, and also the fact that this place, this area is an area of peace. This is a zone of peace. And what it appears is that the man bring war upon it. So if there's any Russians and Chinese out there watching, when on wrong, I go say on wrong, you know. When Donald Trump wrong, I go say him wrong. Wrong is wrong. You understand? Let's just make that clear. Let's continue.
America. And killed in the water. In international waters, not waters close to America, you know. And America's so-called war on drugs is to know go into people's country, steal their boats, if necessary on the water, steal, not seize, steal, because it's not theirs to seize. It's not theirs, it's not yours to seize, right? All the Caribbean leaders that kept your big, dirty, nasty mouth shut, because most of you who kept your mouth shut, or you are in collusion with Donald Trump, it's simply because America have your secrets. America have your secrets. Case in point. When the United States of America sent, well, this was under the Biden administration, when the United States of America sent their homosexual ambassador to Jamaica, which is homosexual wife.
Hold that. Hold that.
Which is homosexual partner.
Hold that. Who's your ambassador that? Yeah.
And of course, they could not allow for him to introduce his partner. It was a big deal. How dare you come to our country? So Andrew Holness was caught red-handed because they already know or knew that he supports the homosexual community. And you might ask, Marvin, how do you know that? Because it's the same administration here in Jamaica that took thousands of dollars from Canada and I think 1.5 or $2 million from America to promote homosexuality in this country.
That's not the only evidence that he does support it. He said something. I remember Bruce said not in my cabinet. Andrew said something else that was profound. in Britain, morning Britain. I have the tape. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I need to open my evidence file every time I come on live. You know? Yeah, man. We need to open my evidence file every time I come on live. Oh Lord, wait a minute. This is not the right profile. It should be Bolo Vienna 2.0. Hey, here we go. Evidence. 1 second, my people. We are all with the evidence. Not my word, guys. No one else may spread disinformation or misinformation. So let us go to the clip with Andrew Honest exposing himself in regards to what he truly supports, where that community is concerned. Good morning, Britain is the channel. Here we go.
And it is done in a way where there's also
Cabinet Office Minister David Lidington
in the Caribbean, but my awareness of it was really within the last 2 months when this story of the Jamaican man who was unable to get treatment for cancer came to light. And then I started to dig a little bit deeper into it. Our High Commissioners here in London started to have meetings about it, and the interest in it grew.
The Cabinet Office Minister David Lidington had said that there is no evidence that people have been deported, but I wonder, and the Home Office is investigating, obviously, but I wonder if you are also investigating whether people actually have been deported and taken.
We can't say. We don't have any evidence of that, but we do have cases where there are persons who came to Jamaica, were unable to go back.
How many of those cases?
I don't have the definitive numbers here, but we have seen cases come up in the media. If we in Jamaica believe strongly against discrimination, the truth is that our history has been one where we as a people have been discriminated against. So the conversation about tolerance, protecting people's rights, particularly human rights, is one that we take seriously. And Jamaica is evolving. 10 years ago, there would have been a much harder line on the issue of homosexuality, particularly from a religious Jamaica is evolving.
We're evolved.
Is one that we take seriously. And Jamaica is evolving. 10 years ago, there would have been a much harder line on the issue of homosexuality, particularly from a religious perspective. But
you hear that? Particularly from a religious perspective, there has been an evolution. This was 7 years ago, and Good Morning Brittany, you know. Yeah. In case you never hear this before, this is Andrew Honest. Listen to him say again about homosexuality.
About tolerance, protecting people's rights, particularly human rights, is one that we take seriously. And Jamaica is evolving. 10 years ago, there would have been a much harder line on the issue of homosexuality, particularly from a religious perspective. But I think that over the last 10 years of conversation, the society is openly discussing the issue. And views are changing. The church in Jamaica does not have a unified position. It is evolving. There is discussion in our parliament now regarding the change to a specific piece of legislation.
Personally?
No, revolving. There is discussion in our parliament now regarding the change to a specific piece of legislation.
Personally?
So, Andrew already said that there is a discussion in Parliament surrounding a specific piece of legislation. Thank you so much, Maidens. A specific piece of legislation in regards to addressing the issue of homosexuality in Jamaica and the tolerance for it and protecting human rights and all of that. He said, if you look at it, he said Boris Johnson promises Tom Daley he raises LGBT rights to Commonwealth. Homosexuality in Commonwealth. That's what they talk about, you know. Commonwealth, Jamaica. Part of Commonwealth. Andrew is telling you his stance on it.
The Prime Minister to see it decriminalised.
What I would like to see is the process being further open to bring more people into the discussion. It is a very sensitive issue, but my job as the Prime Minister is to ensure that the human rights of every single person within the country is protected and that the constitutional rights are guaranteed.
It's hard not to feel discriminated against. Something about your very identity is deemed illegal.
Well, the truth is, as I've said, not just in Jamaica, but in other countries, there is a process that is taking place. And what I would want the rest of the world to recognize is that there is a legal process that we are going through. And it helps really when you have this kind of conversation and it is done in a way where there's also respect for the process. Remember, it took the UK many years, centuries, to change your laws. And we're going through that process. We are in different stages.
Can you see a point where it will be decriminalized?
My view is that the generations are changing. Their access to information, they're traveling more, they're experiencing more, and they have a stronger view, as I said, about discriminating against people. So I think where we have a commonality is that there should be no discrimination. But I think there should also be a respect for the process that is taking place in Jamaica as a democratic society, as a society that believes in freedom and the protection of human rights.
Boris, let me just ask you generally about...
So, Andrew supported, yeah? Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to ask, from the US, which is homosexual wife, came here and pretty much certain privileges in the public domain was taken away. So you know what America did to humiliate Jamaica / Andrew Oles because he refused to give up his nasty dirty visa, because to them the American visa is everything. Oh my God, love it. You know what America did? They allowed the Prime Minister of Jamaica, whose diplomatic privileges would have had him go to America and be exempt from removing his belt and removing his shoes and anything you have in their pocket to go through the scanner. So they wouldn't treat him like regular visitors. You know what they did? They had our Prime Minister as a flipping puppet.
My God.
A flipping puppet. He allowed America. He allowed it. He allowed America to treat him like a little yard boy. I said, hey! And when you give your privilege that we can't take away right now, as a matter of fact, they make a focus, hey, embarrass him! Embarrass him! No diplomatic immunity, no diplomatic rights here, or privileges. Take it away. Let the world show you who is boss when you don't facilitate our agenda. On the name member, on the name of a member.
I would hear that happen.
On the name of a flipping member. And I watch
people. I would hear that happen when the USA take away should Andrew Jones have his diplomatic privileges. I would hear that happen and search him, make him take off his belt and him something at the airport. I when that happen. Eh? If anybody have that piece of news clippings, please send it to me. Yeah? We need to go back to that. Because I never see it yet.
My Prime Minister of Jamaica treated like a little puppet. They treated him like a little bitch. That's what they did.
My God.
They treated our Prime Minister like a little bitch. That's how they treated the man.
So you're telling me that Andrew Jones is crawling on his knees and not walking upright? Boy, Michael Norman Manley would be so... Boy, I tell you, although he was never a comrade still, so when I expect him to do no better, although me saying father when I want comrade. He say Andrew father was a comrade, you know, that's why I call him Michael, you know. Andrew Michael Wallace. Yeah, man. Me say father did love Michael Manley. Mm-hmm.
Take out his belt and make him take off his shoes
Mighty God.
and walk through TSA like regular citizen.
Regular citizen.
Allow me to tell?
Wow.
Okay.
Let me see if we can find it. Let me see if we can find it. Maybe TikTok at the place we look. TikTok have everything, you know. Andrew Holness walks through TSA like a regular citizen. Let us see if we can find that. Let us see if we can find that. Huh? Me never know. At first me I hear this. First me I hear this, brother. Wow. No, but I never knew. I like something figure. Me just never know. I never knew. See me can say it better. Andrew Holness diplomatic immunity. Stripped at USA airport. Whoa, I hate this. I think I hate this. Well,
A diplomatic row has been simmering between Washington and Kingston over Jamaica's refusal to accredit the spouse of an American diplomat.
The dispute is threatening to sour diplomatic relations between the traditional allies.
Nelson Walker has more in this report.
Earlier this year,
2023.
the United States government wrote to the Jamaican government seeking its approval for the married partner of a diplomat about to be posted to Jamaica and who is in a same-sex relationship to be given diplomatic immunity and all the privileges of a diplomat. It's believed the Jamaican government did not respond to the request in a timely manner. The US sent another diplomatic note demanding a response. The Jamaican government responded, rejecting the request. A senior government source told TVJ News, quote, that an approval of the request would mean Jamaica recognizing same-sex marriage, which is illegal in this country, end quote. Our sources tell us the US then responded, rejecting a request from the Holness administration to extend the stay of 3 Jamaican diplomats in our embassy and consulates in the United States. The US served notice that the trio must leave immediately after their 5-year diplomatic visa expires. This is in contrast to what now obtains, where extensions to diplomatic visas for Jamaican diplomats beyond the 5-year period would be routine. Among those affected are Jamaica's ambassador to the United States, Audrey Marks, and Consul General Oliver Mayer, based in Miami, who the Americans say must leave and return to Jamaica this year.
Mighty God!
It's not known what other diplomatic measures, if any, the US government might take against Jamaica in light of the government's refusal to grant immunity to the spouse of one of its diplomats.
But this not show me when Andrew go through the airport and... So, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. The man, them, well, you are going now. As much as how Andrew wants to that war for do it, you know. He can't break the law. Because it is in the books. This is why they want to change the constitution so badly, ladies and gentlemen. Because what I understand is that the Buggery law is entrenched in the constitution. Very interesting. But me hear that girl there, because you know, me after me deal with this.
The Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Yes.
From that day forward, cannot tell America no. cannot say no to America. So now that his action and his support of these criminal people, America, these criminal elements that are now in our country, in the Caribbean waters and what have you, about to wreak havoc on the entire world. All the people who have kept their mouth shut, they did it because they wanted to preserve their visa. They did it because they did not want whatever mess or nastiness America have on them to be exposed to the rest of the world. And up to America not even know that there's nothing that they have on any one of these leaders that we here in the Caribbean would be surprised about. We would not be surprised. Yeah? So now, with America having the largest fleet of warships, yeah?
Seriously,
surrounding the entire island
Mighty God.
of Venezuela, or the entire country of Venezuela. No oil can get out and none can go in, or none should go in. People, I don't think you all know what's about to happen to the countries, especially for which their leaders did not speak up, did not say no, did not rebel, did not run America out of the Caribbean water. And some of them are like, we're too small, how we did that? Over because y'all don't understand the art of war. Y'all don't understand the art of war. I mean, I'll be telling you how to play it. I know what cards would have been played, but you bet me that there are bigger guns out there than the ones that are threatening the life, the liberty, the sovereignty of our Caribbean people. Why is it we do not have a leader? Just Mia Motley, poor Mia Motley, one has to be fighting.
True.
Fighting. She just got an award for one of the most powerful woman voice globally. Where are the men? Busy protecting their visas, busy stealing the money in the Caribbean, busy at Gallivant, busy asleep with all kind of women, nasty, dirty, filthy, worthless, nasty Caribbean leaders who allow America to come and spit in our faces like that. And now oil prices are going to go to the roof. And we, the citizens, will have to pay money that we can barely find to survive. Barely to buy bread because we don't allow on our visa to jeopardize our sovereignty.
Facts on top of facts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to go down to Petersfield, Westmoreland. And Marvin does teach me something, because I never did know that. Big up Marvin. Yo.
By Hurricane Melissa, who took shelter at the Petersfield High School, lauded the Prime Minister's Christmas treat held at the weekend. Quite a few brushed it aside, saying a Christmas treat at a time like this is just not enough. A woman who gave her name as Chantel Shaw says more is required.
It's not appropriate. Because you have to shine lines just to get a little something, and it's not going to everyone. We need houses. As I can see, it's raining right now. Everybody's out there wake up. So that the problem of street people are to find out human care is doing a lot more than what the government is doing. I don't see what the government is doing is not necessary. Right? We need to know that.
As schools are set to reopen this January.
People, you know, say, my mother, me said to my mother, you know, some weeks ago, you know, I said, Aunt Jonas want to pull up Christmas and come in and place them like Santa Claus. So you start there, Petersfield already about Christmas tree. That's why I never like how everybody are helping people them. Because you see, when the people them are suffering, you know, and him have them there on their last and a beg and a crawl, you know, him coming now. Because he wants to be worshipped. You understand? So the more of a dire situation that the people are in. Basically, when people go there and go give the people them donations and help them, it show him up. Because the level of donation that them are give, all Andre Stevens alone show him up. The package them Andre Stevenson give people them are some expensive package them, you know? Well thought out packages, you know? The government now give people them the expensive package there. Because they're not giving from the heart. And guess what? Them get all type of things to give people them, and them still not give from the heart. It's all about grandstanding, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about having this, creating this narrative that they did it the best. And them get exposed by the people them where they do it better. That's why I'm talking about say, don't video, man. Don't video. Make him alone video. You know for video. Because your video is evidence of their failure. Yes. That is all it's all about, you know, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about the optics. Later down the line, the narrative is this. The Jamaican government was ready and prepared, and we dealt with the situation better. Them start talking about it already. They might talk about Hurricane Katrina in America and one bag of something. Say, I compare themselves to that the country there. So them do it better than them. Let me tell you something, and I'm going to be very, very frank. What's going on, Sonia? If you have a country that regularly are hit by hurricane, you cannot compare yourself to a country that doesn't get hit by hurricane regularly. Jamaica is in more of a hurricane zone than America. Hurricanes can hit Jamaica and not hit America. Right? What does that say? You who have more experience in the hurricanes obviously should be more prepared than the persons them who don't have the experience in hurricanes. So you can't compare yourself to America when they react to Hurricane Katrina. I see PMP MP do it. I use it as an excuse, but I don't see it that way. I see PMP MP defend the government on that. So we are third world country and this and one bag of something. No, me not agree with that. You will have more experience. We're supposed to be the masters by now of surviving hurricanes. Great emphasis should be put on that. Especially when the man them come out for years now I talk about climate change. It's like them never did believe what them a say. You can't just talk about climate change, but yet still we never see any real action behind preparing for the change. Where was the real action? Where was the real policy? Where was the law? Where was the new building standards? Even for JPS, why did JPS have a grid that was supposed to withstand a category 3 and not a category 5? Category 5 storm threat Jamaica already, you know? So make we start with the big company them and then trickle down to how people build them business place and then the house them. Where was the law put in place that really solidified and backed up this idea of climate change? Somebody say a mainland continent is more protected than single standing nation. I understand what you're saying, but what I am saying is this. Listen to my reasoning, and I have to agree now. If I experience more hurricanes over the years on a regular basis, that means I'm more prepared. It come like say me a Usain Bolt and me a train. So Jamaica, Usain Bolt to facing hurricanes, you know, because of how much time we face it, you know. Right? And then we don't know who ever put next to Usain Bolt for America, as big as them is. Them not prepared for hurricane. Their buildings are made of paper wall and them something there. They are not prepared for hurricanes. Even the way them buildings they make you know say them not used to that. Them architecture or them build them house them not ready for no hurricane. They not expect no hurricane. Look how Jamaica built for them house. Concrete and steel because of hurricane. Well, if they don't have a building standard for hurricane, them have a building standard where look like it appear as if, you know what I mean? Most people, if they can afford it, are going to build a concrete structure. Them not build a boathouse. Them not build a boathouse. Them not build a boathouse, brother. If people ever build boathouse, I can't afford the right house, you know. I can't afford concrete, you know. And not because they want to build with boat. Them build what they can't afford. You feel what I say? Them build what they can't afford, man. So, I may tell you, say, me don't tell you what happen. Me don't tell my mother what happen. Andrew Honest is going to wait with these relief in a mass amount to pull off a Santa Claus moment in our Christmas. Because he expect everybody to stop helping him. Remember when he come in the press release, say, yeah man, them look help, but them help, that soon die down. That soon die down. So the die down moment he want. And this is my opinion, you don't have to agree with me. And I might be wrong. They say, watch and you shall see. This is the first instance. Prime Minister's Christmas street. And they hear the people about him out. Say this is not enough. Down at Petersfield. Christmas street. The same Petersfield High School where they kick out the people on December 31st. The man go down there and keep Christmas street. And I make the people them know say, I back up everything that Desmond Mackenzie said and the people them must leave. What a bangarang. Jamaica, I don't know if you tell them to say no. The way things are going right now, I can't tell you nothing. You only can try reason with enough when you open the eye and make your own decision. What will you do, Jamaica? What will you do? Huh? When I go wait, when you really gonna make my name Marcus Garvey prophecy come to pass? And that me I say Brandon leaving to go where? The man them say them have a shelter or something or some makeshift thing on a playfield. Then we are here from the show say that playfield is a playfield where the rain falls, sometimes it flood out, you know. What can go so? No, I just want me hear me I say, if that is true, what can go so? Oh, you are going to build one shelter on a playfield that normally when the rain fall, it flood out. That means if that is true enough, it would mean that the man them don't put no proper thinking and care behind them planning for the people. Them claim to say them care about the kids them, you know. Right? The kids them need to go to school. But hold on there. The same kids them where go to school, them have a house. Where them living now? Where are those students living now? Well, Brandon, the hotel them are closed now. We don't know if them infrastructure compromised where they can actually host anybody. So that's our next question. We have to be very prudent about these things. We have to be very wise about these things. But let's continue here where lady has said.
She says she worries for those about to be displaced from shelters as they allegedly have nowhere else to go. She also says persons currently occupying the shelters might be exposed to hidden perils.
They're getting no assistance and so many things happening in the shelter where people is so afraid to talk about it. So right now,
hold on there. Well, go on, Joan. This lady is saying that there are so many things, not odd, big up. This lady is saying that so many things is happening in the shelter and people are afraid to talk about it. Hey, me not even want to think about what that mean. Me not even want to think about what that mean. Big sick. Me don't want to think about what that mean. And then the lady said, me know it kind of muffled. The lady said there's so much things happening in the shelter that people are afraid to talk about. And who make them afraid? I want to go on to Petersfield, Westmoreland. Why the people them afraid to talk about what going on and shelter them? Huh? Anjo, Desmond, government, I want to go on down there. Listen what a lady I said, not my brother, CVM TV this now. Come back, see that CVM TV.
And so many things happening in the shelter where people is so afraid to talk about it. So right now, we need support. Humanitarian, go in the kitchen shelter and do some more things.
Joanne Forbes, a mother of 6, says
the lady I called for the humanitarian them because the government is humane enough. Outside people, human I call for now. If you come help the people, you know, because the government is not doing enough. Show the people out of the school. You know, I remember when they did post about how much shelter them have. Nobody told us most of these shelters were schools. Mighty God. These shelters were not officially shelters. There's no official shelter in Jamaica in a Jesus name. Again, why talk about these problems, about these massive hurricanes and climate change, but yet still you never did plan ahead? Why you not underspend the capital budget? Why was there no plan for building real shelters in Jamaica? Multifaceted shelters. Because it couldn't be just shelter alone away from hurricane. Obviously, it must be something to make some money and generate cash. Not true. Who saw some event or something? Basketball match, netball match. You know what I mean? A multi-usable facility. But the main thing is it is a shelter. So no matter what is going on, the main purpose of it will always supersede everything else. So there's no way the people can get kicked out of the shelter. There has to be some type of law to protect the people, you know? There has to be some type of law to protect the people. Because as it stands right now, this government does not care, in my opinion, based off their own actions, to kick out the people and they might try to justify it. What is burning? No man, that sound like iron turn on and a bun close or something. How go on?
she has only one tarpaulin for her family to live under. She has only one tarpaulin. Joanne Forbes, a mother of 6, says she has only one tarpaulin for her family.
You said me hear that story, yeah? Me know say if you hear one person come out and say this, she have 6 pitney and she only have a tarpaulin to live on. Yo, government, you say, oh no, God I go beat you know? God I go beat you, bro. I tell her, bro. Yo, phone of judgment certain, brother. It not go normal. Yeah, man, it not go normal, man. Not go normal. Me couldn't be government and do this. Like, me couldn't see myself being the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And literally know say people are go through this. My main priority would get the people roof over their head. And if I can't give them single, me I build something short term and then something mid term and long term. Right? And me know say me I look for people where want to work. You understand what I say? And remember me tell you, me I structure the recovery in a one way where them are going to make the most money. And get real money in their hand. I say it already. The building society, all of the people who are part of the building society. If I was the Prime Minister, from before the storm, me a link on. I'm telling yourself, organize yourself and get yourself ready. Because this is a monster that is coming. And we are looking to see grave damages to the infrastructure. And we're going to need you to start rebuilding immediately after some assessments are made. Because obviously you have to go assess the area them. First thing, recover, evacuate, run in, clear the road them, evacuate, evacuate. Yeah, some area people shouldn't even live in right now. You know? Them shouldn't even be there. You know? It's not even good for their mental health. They can't imagine a lady live on the top alley with these 6 feet of them. Come on, man. Come on. And this government is proud of what they have achieved since the hurricane passed. They're very proud. They stand up in a parliament and yo, the man them heartless, the man them delusional, the man them incompetent. Me not get it, bro. Brother, big up God, you know. More big up God. The Bible says if God see one sheep left behind, he might left the flock for go for the one sheep, you know. He might left the flock for go for the one sheep we left behind. Where is that type of leadership in the country? You think I want somebody in a special situation where this lady are there? I said it already, you know, from the first time when the storm did come. This lady should not be on television telling us that she, after almost 2 months, is under tarpaulin with her picking them. It should not happen. If the government really cared, ladies and gentlemen, you know what would have happened? These people would have been sought out by the government and had special, right? Special arrangements made for them to be in a safe and clean environment until them can get back on them feet. We're talking about children under tarpaulin with their mother after 2 months. What is the responsibility of the government to the people of Jamaica that pay them tax? What is the responsibility of the government that literally you work for these people? They are your boss. Let me tell you something, man. I am not the sharpest pencil in the blur pack. You understand? But I do know you can measure effort, ladies and gentlemen. You can measure effort. You can know when our government has exhausted all resources to make sure that the people are in a better position. You can know when that happens. You can know when a government prioritizes the people over everything. This government does not prioritize the people over everything. They prioritize business over everything.
Family to live under.
6 people. Her number is 215-7983. Remember, play it again. She needs help. Her number is 215-7983. 215-7983. Remember, play it again. Mighty God. Her number is 215. Let me write it down. Stop. That is 876-215-7983. 876-215-7983. 876-215-7983. 7983. I'm going to tell Andre to call a lady, I know. I think can get her, talk to her on the phone. Ask her what really are going on at Peter Street. Andre, say I go down the Sunday. Andre, say I go down the Sunday. Andre will be going down to Petersfield Sunday. Right at the arms, this high school here. God keep him and protect him and guide him on his journey. What? 512-2464. Hold on there. She have 2 number. Hold on there. 1876 512 what? 2 number she have. I think God. 512-2484. 2484. 512-2484. Me hear the last part there again.
Once again, her contact numbers are 215-7983. That's 215-7983 or 512-2464.
Oh,
that's
64.
512-2464.
Same thing. Thank you for repeat that at 64. You know, so I never get that one. That's so good enough. So that's 512-2464. All right. Delete this order. Delete this order. You hear it, people? Want to hear the number? Yes, Sassy. Same way. Want to hear the number, people? She have 6 kids, Dezine. 6 kids. 6 kids. And that appalling. And rain a fall down there now, you know. That's why this is hard for you, the lady, you know. And rain a falling in the background, you know. While them are talking, you know. See people them there in a line. If you go get them Christmas something from Andrew. Mighty God. 512-2464. 6 children.
464. The Prime Minister says he understands their situation and that grants are available.
So hold on there. Why Andrew have on camera in front time and give picnic package? Hey, you stand man ya? Hey, me I tell you say, God help me, you know. God help me if you not eat that money. God help me if you not eat Andrew Wallace. Me not tell no lie. I got alone why me temperature not go up sometime. I'm say no, you know, God say, rate. I'm a member say, yeah, I'm say, alright, calm down. Yo, the really are evil, you know? The man will kill your friend. Yo, the man tell the people and say, it is demoralizing and all of these things. Put away the camera, man. Why you never put away the camera, Andrew? Why you never put away the camera? Why you never go down there without the press? Why you never do that? Tell us that the man plan to go down there like Santa Claus, you know, man. And give out the gifts them, you know. Cause him have to get him like likes. He's a man will like likes. He's a man will like likes, you see me? Him like the attention. It should be all about him. Him don't want nobody else steal the spotlight. He's a spotlight guy. And that's a pride thing, you know. That is a pride thing. That's that spotlight something is a pride thing.
Those who need housing assistance. However, another victim says even after the treat from the Prime Minister, her mental health is still being affected.
Right now the rain is falling, and the shelter where I am presently, it is leaking. Although I am at the shelter, all the settings can protect water.
The shelter leaking in Jesus' name. The lady said, although we get the treat from the Prime Minister, where I am, the shelter is leaking. And them have to get pan to catch water. Jesus. Hey, I mean, when you realize is the tangible thing that is needed to be fixed is not being. The man them is so late to the blouse and skirt game, you know. The man them late to the stadium, you know. He match start already and when they are half time, you know. And the man then just a reach, you know. And at them for day night match a play, you know. He mount a goal score against them kind of goalkeeper never did there. The man then 450 match. Assessment for done a long time and people fear get help to build back their house rapid. People they know say people in the area them are build people house for free. 1 and 2 man do that, you know. The man them there around the place and I rebuild people house for free. Then hold on. If a citizen of Jamaica can react faster than the government in that they regard it. And said them was close behind them in terms of reacting. Who wouldn't feel so bad? But the people and the citizens see the urgency in making the people have a roof over them head. Oh my God, man, Spice, man. Spice can have a whole truckload, man, and drop on the woman's foot with the pity them, man, and say, yo, see it there. You need the roof over your head. And the man them there running at the community and help her build back the house, ladies and gentlemen. The people are unite and help one another. They just need a helping hand from the government. They just need a helping hand from the government. You know, say Andrew Owner still not figure out how to utilize Mark Golding in a recovery process. You didn't know that? You didn't know that? Andrew Owens has still not figured out how to utilize Mark Golding in the recovery process. The other day, I play about the video when I do. And I say, my God, it's bad. It's bad.
Mental issues for you right now, sometimes I feel like my head is going. And what happened was, a little help was, you know, my defense on my home, because my home is so tight, because this is also.
She says she can be contacted for assistance at 375-1265.
375-1265. So Andrew is a walk around with the brother. We take a chair and beat his wife. Mighty God. Hey. I would have in the background. Such man beat his wife with the chair. Let me play that back. Let me play back the number for you, lady. Me just spot somebody a while ago, I can't believe. The labor right them, hey, me tell you one thing me know. One thing me show about the labor right government. Them not dash for nobody. No matter what crime them do, no matter what bad things them do, everybody is welcome in the Labour Party. Them not separate for themselves from evil. Them hug up evil. Me can't do it. Me not sorry. Me can't do it. Anyway, I could hear the number. Let me write it down. This lady, ladies and gentlemen, is also a microcosm of the macrocosm, right? People down there have real mental health issues. May I tell you something? Literally, I was in this house one morning and I heard the rain come down and I had PTSD. Me I wonder if I really one next hurricane is a come like Hurricane Melissa. The way all the rain and a beat hard for the house stop. I find myself in a literal fear. You know? So you can imagine the people who experience when they see the boat tear away and the roof come down on top of them and them have to run and water there everywhere. The people in traumatized mental health issue. We have to pray against our suicide, the rate and them stuff they go up, you know. The thing real, you know. The people they need help. And the government have, listen to me, humble your blood not self as the government, man. No matter what the government do, they don't do enough right now, you know. The mission is not over, you know, accomplished. There should be no celebration. There should be no beating of the chest. And no grandstanding in a parliament. And the bag of you don't need to stop, yo. You don't need to stop that, you know. Bag of in a parliament with them, you know. PMP, me I talk to you know. All PMP representatives. No, we don't need that. While not people down there are dead for hungry. People down there live on a chapel with them picnic. We don't need that. Like on a hyena. We don't need that, virgin. A serious business right now. The country look like it gone in about $5 trillion debt. Yeah, wait for the number if you come out. The total number. As a matter of fact, I go to Ralston Hyman shortly. If you got here, when you see on Colin Bell show this morning.
She can be contacted for assistance at 375-1265.
375-1265. 375-1265. 375-1265. 375-1265. Let me play it again. Copy that, sir?
That's 375-1265.
There you go. 375-1265. Alright, moving on. That are the next lady. Then two lady there. Need help. I want to play this track in the coming up, but it's too low, man. Too low.
Because we get mobile phone and social media photographs too of these officers anonymously. Is there?
Yo, let me tell you something. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to record this with proper volume and I'm going to post it on my page. And then I'm going to react to it. This man I talk too low, Virgin. I'm going to turn up the volume for my OBS man and record him. And I'm talk too low, brother. Because he must only for point to more seriously take on, you know, properly, you know. But he talk too low, bro. See? Yes, that lady, I'm here what she say, and then move to the video with my TikTok video.
Your Holiness, I am trying to leave you alone, but I'm not hearing other people address these matters, and they must be heard. So therefore, I am here again, and I am on your name again. Sir, you mentioned that you gave $225 million worth of care packages to people that were devastated by Hurricane Melissa.
Yes.
Now my question to you is, who are those people?
Yes.
Because I can recall independent bodies going in those devastated areas and giving the people care packages. And you, sir, claiming, and I am paraphrasing now, this is not a direct quote, claiming that Jamaicans are independent and they're acting too desperate and collecting care packages here and there. But it was those people that I saw that gave out care packages. I can't begin to call names, but I know the public is aware of those individuals and those companies. So where did all that money go? Another thing, Audrey Marks has what? What did I hear? She has a charitable organization that is collecting money on your behalf.
Mighty God, Bolo! Bolo! Murder! Whoa, Audrey Marks. Hey, me say, Mystic Sensation and Will Rattigan, especially Will Rattigan, spoke about who is the connection for Andrew Holness overseas. When it comes to the Integrity Commission report, I will say no more, ladies and gentlemen. Me I left it right there. So what is in the dark must come to the light. One by one, they'll be going to jail. One by one, they'll be going to jail. One by one.
It can really go so. Come on, Mr. Prime Minister. You need to be doing better than that. And I know your wife is a dominant force
Mighty God.
that is in charge of the country.
Yes.
But when are you going to stand up for the people that you claim to love?
No, sir.
You said that you're fully Jamaican. And I think that if you should mean what you say, then this is the time that we should see you going all out for us and not trying to take anything, not to make a profit from the devastation, but to show what is happening. We need transparency.
Yes.
And we can't have your bodies, your members being in charge of money. We know how that goes.
Mighty God.
So I'm asking kindly, sir, give the people what they deserve, and Jamaicans deserve better.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, that was so nice. That was so nice and sharp and sticking to the heart. That was so calm and deadly. I like it. Let's play it again. Let's play it again. Listen to the argument.
And Your Holiness, I am trying to leave you alone, but I'm not hearing other people address these matters.
Yes.
And they must be heard. So therefore, I am here again, and I am on your name again.
Yes.
Sir, you mentioned that you gave $225 million worth of care packages to people that were devastated by Hurricane Melissa.
Yes.
Now, my question to you is, who are those people?
Yes.
Because I can recall independent bodies going in those devastated areas and giving the people care packages.
Yes.
And you, sir, claiming, and I am paraphrasing now, this is not a direct quote, claiming that Jamaicans are independent and they're acting too desperate and collecting care packages here and there. But it was those people that I saw that gave out care packages. I can't begin to call names, but I know the public is aware of those individuals and those companies. So where did all that money go? Another thing, Audrey Marks has what? What did I hear? She has a charitable organization that is collecting money on your behalf. What can really go so?
No, ladies and gentlemen, that is so unethical on every level. And this is why the corruption in Jamaica, you know, these people, this government is not shy about towing the line of nepotism and cronyism and blatant corruption. As a matter of fact, they defend it. They vehemently defend that position of corruption or borderline in corruption in Jamaica. And, you know, we are at the point where, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You see, if the people of Jamaica don't change, the government won't change. That is where we're at right now. You know? If the people of Jamaica don't change, the government don't change. Because you guys are enabling this corruption. Right? And you don't really realize, it appears, how much it's going to affect you. I'm going to tell you what it's like. It's like taking heroin and thinking it's not frying your brains. You understand? You're operating in ignorance. That's what it's like. It's like taking heroin and thinking your brain is not being fried. So, when you go and fry your brain here, when you go and damage yourself by continuing to support this wicked and caring government. Continue, man. Continue to talk about 1 PM and continue to make excuses for them. Continue. Right? Because food supper done name already, you know. Dog now for name, you know. Dog now for name no supper. When supper done name already, you just don't know it. But wait. And you know, it's unfortunate. I wouldn't say that if it only happened to you guys, I wouldn't care. Because that's not who I am. I would care. I would still be warning you. Zine. But what is unfortunate about the situation, you know, is that it's not only happening to you. Other people are facing the consequences because of you guys' action. Me and Colin Bell said that the kind of extreme. I think him or somebody on the program said, and I don't want to lie upon nobody, so I'm going to say somebody on the program said. Like them I say, don't people not vote. What do you think about that? No, seriously, what do you think about that? I think that is a conversation that needs to be had, you know. I'm not saying I'm for it, but I would love to hear the pros and the cons and the yeas and the nays versus if dunce people for vote. Are they enough for vote? I think it would be an insanely hilarious conversation. I think it'd be so entertaining. I mean, no, the humanitarian them position there already, like all the Isaac Buchanan. I'm a humanitarian, you know, and he is for the Constitution, you know. So I don't know if he's position already. But for here, a mind like his argue against a mind that agrees that dunce people not for vote. You know what we would have to do, ladies and gentlemen? We would have to define dunceness, you know. Clearly, you know. Yeah, man. You would have to define dunceness. What is dunceness by law? If you say, you're dunce and you're certified dunce, so you can't vote. Oh, no, say that to that go on. That's why I say it would be so hilarious. It would be hilarious if you see a conversation like that, Desi. Yo. Yo, Nats. Nats a shooter at it. What go on, Mag Walford? No, not Mad. Madge Walford. Big up yourself. It's not Madge. That's how you pronounce your name, Madge. Let me know if it's Madge. If it's not Madge. They don't know what voting means. No, I am saying, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I wouldn't take it as far as to say, not let dunce people vote. I think it should be such a crime, ladies and gentlemen, to sell your vote. That if you do sell a vote, you shouldn't be able to vote ever again. I think that needs to be a thing. That's a law that I would put in play. If you sell your vote, it's next to embracing scamming. You understand? Yes. If you sell your vote, yes. If you get kickbacks from politicians because you vote for them, yeah, man. You should, yeah, man. And I think no MP should have the power to distribute certain benefits to anybody or recommend benefits to anybody. I don't think it should happen. What she said? I think that if someone doesn't have the full understanding of how process works, they shouldn't vote. Well, let us talk about it a little because I have some other stories that I want to touch on. How about it being the responsibility of the government to put back civics in our education system? Therefore, we can have a more educated class. Guess what? Them no want an educated class, ladies and gentlemen. The politicians them in the JLP love dunce people because them easy to manipulate. Them easy to drag them by their ears and beat them in their head side and they say, yes, master. You understand? That's at the bottom line about it, you know. Them don't like bright people, them don't like critical thinkers, them like dunce people. And that's just the truth of the matter. A lot of people are ego-driven, you know. And a lot of politicians are ego-driven. A lot of them. What Daniel said me a while ago. Daniel watch me right now, you know. We are not pleased with Black Jesus. What? Yo, them people, I mean, even go on at the conversation. You know, I tell you like that just hides a division of madness. What kind of AI this? This is what Suchman said 9 years ago. Pay Parliament minimum wage. Leading by example. What? No. Somebody just sent me a picture a while ago with my Andrew Honest of up on plaque say, pay Parliament minimum wage. Leading by example. Does anybody verify if that is an authentic picture? It cannot be. I don't think so. Thank you, mommy. I don't think so. I would tell me so they like me at. Somebody come in the chat and say they like me at. And they like how the at. You know, I'm going to start wearing them bucket at them more now. I get some smaller one. What you say? Sassy said no, Bolo. She had a type and a laugh and can't even say it. And she put M-O.
It has started. Did you see that video? Was that area full? Did you see where a 9-year-old American was beaten? The people of this whole constituency. Oh, very sad something. Ladies and gentlemen, who you are watching in this video is Honorable Kabiru Mikhailo Dangubi, representing Maru South in Zamfara State House of Assembly.
Angry mob beat up Nigerian lawmaker. Mighty God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting very, very it's getting very, very what's the word I'm looking for? It's getting very unsafe for politicians around the world. Do you guys notice what is happening around the world? It's getting very unsafe for politicians all around the world. A Nigerian lawmaker gets beaten. The woman laugh off of him. Mighty God.
They beat up this man for violating, for neglecting his constituency since he was elected in 2023.
What?
Father, they slap.
You can't imagine if they would have beat them MP in a Jamaica for neglect them constituency. The Nigerian people them beat the man because from him get elected, them not see him back in the constituency. No, I am not advocating for anybody to get beaten in Jamaica. I'm not advocating for no violence. But I'm just saying, if them politicians are when I get beaten, can you imagine? Just imagine that. Jamaica now bust no grape. Jamaica now do that. Jamaica now do that. Jamaica now bust no grape. But the Nigerian, them a bust grape though. Hey! My God!
This man, they threw sand, they threw rock, and they were chanting Baba, which is a term signifying rejection or lack of support. They are saying we reject you. They are saying to hell with you. Can you imagine? Kogi people are out of this WhatsApp chat.
Yo, what the lady her name? How are they pan? Is this Instagram? No, this look like yeah, this look like Instagram. We see me can't find her. See me can't find her on my phone. All on the people. In the meantime, some articles I'm gonna have to highlight. Mighty God. Some things in the news, ladies and gentlemen, that we must pay attention to here. I found this very interesting. Whoa. Refresh. Singapore to punish scammers with up to 24 strokes of the cane from December 30th. Singapore, no, I want to say, I think I want to live in Singapore. I think I want to get educated in Singapore. I think I want to live. I want to further my education and live in Singapore. No, this is beautiful, you know, man. This is beautiful. Let us read. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen.
Under the changes, scammers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, AP, Singapore's government said Friday that scammers will face mandatory caning of up to 24 strokes from December 30th under changes to criminal law to deter surging fraud cases. The changes, passed by Parliament last month, strengthen penalties that already include imprisonment and fines.
So not only are in Singapore imprisoning scammers, you know, you can't imagine how much politicians that get beaten with the cane. You know me? You can't imagine how much politicians that get beaten with the cane. So you're going to get fined, you're going to get imprisonment in Singapore, and you're going to get beaten with the cane. 24. You don't know when they take cane. We say all of them when I get beaten. What we say all of them when I get beaten, people? What we say all of the politicians when I get beaten? No, sir, I'm stressed out.
Fines. The Home Affairs Ministry said the enhanced punishment ensure that our criminal laws remain effective, fair, and responsive to emerging challenges. Under the changes, scammers, including recruiters and members of scam syndicates, face 6 to 24 strokes of the cane.
Hold on there. So even the associate of the scammer them, I get beaten. Yo, let me tell you something. Singapore now ramp with corruption. Singapore serious about corruption, brother. In really fighting corruption. You know, Singapore took the model from Jamaica, and I think Jamaica needs to take the model back. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen?
Pain. Those who knowingly provide their bank account or other person.
Where's our like those who are?
Headlines delivered to your inbox. Those who knowingly provide their bank account or other personal details to be used to commit or facilitate the laundering of scam proceeds could also face discretionary caning of up to 12 strokes, authorities said.
The amount of Jamaican we would have get slapped with the cane. The amount of Jamaican would have get. Enough of them now want to hear this, you know. Enough of them now want to hear this. Right now, some of them are watching me right now and I say, Bolo, we are deal with. What you mean, man, forget liquid cane?
Report to.
Yo!
New laws also allow for discretionary caning for other forms of fraud. Fighting scams is a top national priority. The number of scam cases and scam losses remain concerning.
Yo, the man them say fighting scamming is a top priority in the country in Singapore. No, we are asked if a sick vase sick. I don't know how I go on. I don't know. I don't hear not about vase. I don't hear not about that vase. What do you mean if he's sick? I don't know about that.
It said,
I don't know about that.
Senior Minister of State for Home Affairs and Foreign Affairs Sim, and has told Parliament that scams made up 60% of all reported crime in Singapore between 2020 and the first half of 2025. About 190,000 scam cases caused losses of nearly 3.7 billion Singapore dollars, $2.8 billion, during that period, she said. According to the Singapore Government Technology Agency's website, the top 5 scams in the city-state involve phishing, fraudulent jobs, e-commerce, and online shopping, as well as get-rich investment scams and impersonations. Judicial caning, a form of corporal punishment involving a rotten cane on bare buttocks, is already applied in the city-state for male offenders under 50 for serious crimes like robbery and sexual offenses, alongside prison time. Caning was introduced during British colonial times and is also used in neighboring Malaysia and Brunei. Follow the Gleaner on app.
Oh, the man them now play, brother. So Singapore still have issue with scamming and them have them strict law there. Then look upon Jamaica. Jamaica, the whole country a scam authority because they like no real law doing so. What more can do? I lock up a small man them. More can I lock up the big man. Only see more can lock up the big man. And some little fish. Some little sprat. But the big man them there more can lock up. Where them there? Big up Singapore. Yeah, man. Me endorse that fully, man. Me endorse that fully. Beat them. And if they want, increase all the beating if they continue to go on like say, yo, them don't want to do the right thing. See lady I know, me I try to find a video when them a beat the Nigerian lawmaker. Because she have a lot of videos here. Let me see if I hit this.
That somebody was dead on wicked. So guys, you already know what time it is.
Them people that look like they live in America, man. Nigerian they live in America. You see, man? Let me see the video again. Oh, she did now one blue. She did now one blue jeans looking top. Oh, see that?
What's up, my people? It has started. Did you see that video? Ah, was that serious? Did you see where a Nigerian lawmaker was beaten by the people of his own constituency? Ah, very sad something. Ladies and gentlemen, who you are watching in this video is Honorable Kalu Dambubi, representing Maru South in Zamfara State House of Assembly. Ah, for that, they beat up this man for violating, for neglecting his constituency since he was elected in 2023. Father, they slapped this man, they threw sand, they threw rock, and they were chanting Bolo, which is a term signifying rejection or lack of support. They are saying we reject you. They are saying to hell with you. Can you imagine? Kogi people are out of this WhatsApp chat right now. They are like, what's happening? What are you guys talking about? Some people have great lawmakers. They are enjoying them. They are using them to do yoga. Can you imagine what happened in Zamfara? You see, this is what we've been telling the rest of the lawmakers. When you refuse to do your job, it has started. The day is coming when the poor will have nothing else to eat but the rich. When you keep people in perpetual poverty, the day will come that they will come after you. This is a warning. I hope the other lawmakers have seen this video, because this is a sudden warning for all of you that if you don't do well by the people, the day will come that the people will come for you. As much as we are not advocating for violence, you guys know me, I'm all about peace, and we pity the lawmaker. At the same time, only God knows the pepper that these people's eyes have seen. Yes, you have shown them pepper. For them to turn on you like that. And in fact, they say he has never even seen the constituency since he was elected. So this means this man collected, only God knows how much, for the constituency development for 2023, for 2024. This is the end of 2025. Below 10, only you are come. How can you not show up this whole time? And you are not doing anything. But the people are, in fact, we can't even pity you. And deserve more importantly, this is a warning for the other lawmakers. You may think that you are untouchable because all of you have apartments in Abuja, you are staying in Abuja. Some of you, the day you enter your constituency, they will show you pepper. Anyways, we are just saying, do right by the people. Do right by the people. Because when this thing happened, when your boss were sad, we were like, hey, yeah, we pity the lawmaker. Come and see Nigerians online. They didn't pity the guy. Alright, guys, jokes aside, all I'm actually trying to say is let's not beat up our lawmakers. It's not right. It's not correct. I repeat, do not beat up your lawmakers. Let's have the fear of God. Let us not beat up our lawmakers. Let's allow them to do their work. Do not beat up our lawmakers. Let's allow them to do their work. I condemn this strongly, very, very strongly. I condemn beating up lawmakers. We should not do that. Thank you.
You should not do that. Yo, me like her. Oh my God, I like this lady, man. Let's not beat up our lawmakers. Let us be serious, okay? Oh my God, I love the accent, man. Shout out to my African sister, man. She's pretty too. She's nice, lovely, smart, everything. Oh, Lord of mercy. There's a mobile clinic gifted by California charity. Rollout in Westmoreland. You understand? That's a good look. It says mobile clinic donated by California-based international humanitarian organization. Direct relief has been deployed by Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton in Westmoreland to aid Darlington and surrounding communities. The bus marked Bossman Men's Health was used as the Big Woods Church, at the Big Woods Church last Friday, bringing much needed medical services to the scores of residents who turned out during the day. Mighty God. Can we get some more of these buses? These clinical mobile units? Yeah, I think this needs to be a standard thing that they have on standby when a hurricane is coming. Oh, my son, ladies and gentlemen, that sound good, no? Yeah, man. And you need an aerial one because support the road block off. Obviously, we have the boat them already ship them, but you need smaller boats. You need smaller vessels than those big ships. You need vessels that can move fast to the shore. Right? So you need aerial, you need sea, and you need land like this. Sassy said not with Andrew. This we agree on. But big up the California-based international humanitarian charity for that. Bolivia largest city brought to standstill by transportation strike over fuel price hike. When are we gonna see this type of unity by the people of Jamaica? To take them know, listen, we're not working with this, no brother. Why don't we just work with everything? Why unity has strength? That's why me highlight that story there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Clarendon fisherman held for the unaliving of mom, brother, and cousin. Let me tell you something. I heard my brother last night, big up Perry in Christ. I really wished I could have recorded that live stream. I'm telling you, Perry was going in, talking about the church, the structure, you know what I mean, the apostleship, the you know, just how the church is structured. What's up, Mel W? Big up yourself, my brother, salute. He was talking about how the church is structured, you know what I mean, and how the church has fallen from grace. Yo, I'm telling you, Perry said 2026, no capping. No capping. The man say, yo, he might go start burn the fire pan, who fi burn the fire pan. Yeah. But anyway, let's go to this article. Bloodshed. Bloodline bloodshed. Clarendon fisherman held for unaliving of his mom, brother, and cousin. This was a triple unaliving, ladies and gentlemen. A triple murder in Clarendon. The spirit of death is all over this land. This is some gruesome stuff, believe. You know normal. This is not normal. Him unalive him mother, him brother, and him cousin. Huh? Where's the bloodletting? Yes.
Saturday, December 20th, Concerns are being raised today for the well-being of children who witnessed the bludgeoning of a family member and had to run for their lives from the killer, another of their relatives who had become enraged. The community of Frasersfield, Rocky Point in Clarendon, is now mourning the loss of 3 relatives at the hands of their own blood.
Wow.
Dead are Annette Lindo, a domestic helper and vendor, her son 32-year-old fisherman Linval Henry, both of Frasersfield, and their cousin, Ingrid Keisha Lindo, a vendor of West End, Rocky Point. The 26-year-old suspect, Annette's son, who allegedly confessed to the killings, was reportedly found seated near the scene of one of the killings. Preliminary reports indicate that, about 9:10 p.m. Thursday, the police were alerted to an incident at a residence in the community. Headline: On their arrival, 3 persons were found with chop wounds and were later pronounced dead at the scene. The Gleaner gathered that the suspect was arrested without incident. Residents say the children in the community, who are close to where the incident occurred, will need special attention. Him woman and the Pickney dem up dow run up breathless, come dungya come tell we say D-boy chop out him braid ahead and a run dem down.
The woman and him Pickney, them up there run out breathless. Come down and tell we say the boy chop up him brother head. Mighty God. Them come, why? Like what? Yo, this half be demons here, man. Look, yo.
Down.
Yo.
Dem come and tell dem na go up day and one way end up dad. Ingrid. Go up day go make him behead her. The community na go be the same, our resident told the Gleaner. Angered residents. Tensions boiled over Friday morning in Rocky Point when angry residents attempted to exact justice on the suspect who was tightly guarded by the police. The police were back in the community early yesterday.
You know, I find it very ironic that the police can go on operation, planned operation, and unalive innocent people. But vehemently protect a man that just bludgeoned his mother, his brother, and his cousin. I find that very, very disturbing. Me, I try to make sense of it all. A only man with gun, the police them, the man them have a problem with. You don't understand. All them have mercy. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't do what they did, you know. I just don't understand the logic. Because them claim to say them are clean up Jamaica by unaliving the people them and making them meet them maker. Criminals. You know, they don't have no respect for them life. So how come they have the money? I don't understand. I just not understand. I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yesterday, as the daylight presented a better opportunity to examine the scene and seized items of evidential value. There are, however, conflicting reports around the suspect's mentally state.
Oh.
We never see him behave so. If him have a problem or worry him, nobody na know a wa because him earn him own money. A wanna D youth dem will love the sea and save him money. We na know where this come from. All next year, the community still na get over this, our resident said. Another resident told the Gleaner that the suspect has not been the same since the death of his father a few years ago. Sometimes people go through pressure silently and wings boil out. In a D Christmas, hear me, never know me would live to see this, she told the Gleaner. The newspaper gathered that the suspect was seen by medics as recently as Thursday for his condition. The Gleaner understands also that the suspect was spotted with a machete during the day of the incident and allegedly implied that he was going to hurt someone. The Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Hold on there. So hold on there. Why the people them take them thing there lightly? One, the man they get over him father death. Two, him a kind of way them go him get medical assistance. Three, him threaten to chop up somebody. I want to say this to the Jamaican people in our community. Stop take threat lightly, yeah? Especially in these times. Jamaica is opening up to all type of devil and demons. We're ready for just possess somebody like this man and take him off of the rails. No, I don't know. I think he does have a YouTube channel, but I don't think he music like that, you know. Sorry about that, Sassy. I don't think he music like that. I don't think Perry use him. I think he have a channel, but I feel like music. You get me? Yeah.
Force, JCF, has launched a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident and is continuing inquiries to establish the sequence of events that led to the deaths of the 3 relatives. Law enforcement has asked that persons with information that may assist the investigation contact the Maypen CIB at 876-832-2077, the police 119 emergency numbers, or the nearest police station.
So, I tell her, some wicked, evil thing I want in Jamaica in terms of spiritual wickedness. The place open up to all type of demons, man. Now, this next story is a very touchy one, you know. JFJ warned against enabling and empowering predators. I am glad somebody came out and actually is challenging JFJ. You guys remember the article where them said they want to decriminalize minors having sex with minors, as in teenagers having sex with teenagers? Yeah. So them say them have to decriminalize that, the age of consenting and whatever. So here this man at Jason now, want to hear what him have to say in another article here. One field position, Jason McClay. He's a criminologist. Now I don't agree with Jason McClay for certain things, especially when it came on to the whole shooting of the criminal them, or so-called criminal by the police, the extrajudicial killings. His position to me was one of, you're a criminal, you're for dead. You know, if you go to a court, that is what I got from it. You know, if you go to a court, you know, if you go in a prison, and you have some people that really take that position because them not have, them are just human being and they not have God heart. Because God can take a criminal and turn him. We don't know what God plan is for somebody. You understand? So, me not gonna say, yo, you're for just dead. My perspective on anything that change. Me not wish dead upon nobody, not even Andrew Holness. As wicked as we think Andrew Holness is, me not even wish dead upon him. You heard what I said? Okay. So, yeah, man. So, yeah. So, for what? What is that? Portals? Oh, the meaning of portals. Oh.
Follow us on Twitter. Criminologist Dr. Jason McKay is questioning Jamaicans for Justice's, JFJ, close-in-age exemption defense as it relates to decriminalizing consensual sex among minors, a proposal outlined in the human rights group's latest report. Civil Society Review of the Diversion and Alternative Measures for Children in Conflict with the Law in Jamaica. Citing the child diversion program as resources being misallocated, burdening the police, overwhelming courts, and causing children to miss school when a child is brought before the courts. Rather than dealing with those instances through comprehensive sexual education, JFJ, in its report, has urged lawmakers to introduce a statutory defense where no offense occurs if partners are less than 2 years apart in age, both under 16. However, the rights group's proposal of a further defense, available for differences up to 5 years if the activity is consensual, there is no position of authority or dependency, and the younger party is at least 12 to 14 years old. To balance protection has raised eyebrows, including those of McKay and children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison. Referring to his October 20th Gleaner article, in which he had warned against any consideration to expunge sex crimes, McKay noted the rights group's director's response that an 18-year-old with a 15-year-old could be convicted of having sexual intercourse with a minor and would not benefit from expungement, despite posing no future risk. I see where JFJ is now proposing a close-in-age defense, which would legalize a 14-year-old, a minor, having sex with a 19-year-old who is legally an adult by more than a year, McKay pointed out.
What? I knew I did not like this. I knew I'm not no law person, but when I saw, I said, what the hell is JFJ defending? JFJ. Jamaicans for Justice. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up, yeah? Back up. Back up.
How can JFJ, on one hand, say a blanket approach to sexual offenses expungement risks injustice, citing two 15-year-olds, suddenly wanting to move the goalpost to a 19-year-old adult being with a minor? Being a policeman on the ground in one of the most expansive police territories in the country, I humbly submit that Ms. Jackson is broad-brushing a serious issue. Does Ms. Jackson understand the realities on the ground in some communities when the 19-year-old, who could be a gunman, sends for your 14 or 15-year-old? McKay asked. Pointing out that Jamaica's age of consent is in line with most countries, McKay noted that in some American states, it varies from 16 to 18. Creating mental scars. When you take a case-by-case approach, especially any close-in age ratio, you would be opening a floodgate, enabling and empowering predators, causing some children to live with mental scars for life, especially the most vulnerable, he said. Gordon Harrison said she supported JFJ's call to decriminalize consensual sex between minors, a recommendation she herself had made to Parliament more than 7 years ago. She was, however, taken aback at the close-in-age exemption, which would allow adults to be with minors, being cited as a further defense by the rights group. The recommendation being made by JFJ echoes, in part, a very dated recommendation I, myself, had made to the House of Parliament when reviewing the Child Care and Protection Act and Sexual Offences Act years ago, said Gordon Harrison. However, my proposal was that they both have to be minors, not if it crosses that line. My close-in-age exception would be triggered were it 2 minors, not an adult and minor, the children's advocate emphasized. Further explaining her then submission, Gordon Harrison said she proposed the minors would have to be very close in age. I had proposed that, where 2 youngsters are very close in age and there was no force, coercion, violence, or fraud, and they consider themselves to be in a mutually consensual relationship, that if there was any sexual connection, in these very narrow circumstances, then that was not a matter for the courts. My close-in-age exemption, therefore, would remove such matters from the purview of the police and the courts, placing the 2 youngsters on a path for counseling and advice, the preference for abstinence, to discontinue sexual engagement and give them information regarding the risks that come with early sexual activity, Gordon Harrison added, pointing out that she had opened the floor for input from Parliament as to what age band would qualify for close-in-age exemption and the rationale. For justification.
Wow. JFJ is definitely on the wrong end of this. JFJ is definitely on the wrong end of this. And I'm glad somebody came out and called him out, because I was like, what the hell is going on, man? What is actually going on, bro? You telling me a 19-year-old gonna be able to legally have sex with a 15-year-old? Or you are just asking for problems. Nah, bruh. Once you reach 18, don't look back. Look ahead. You feel me? Don't look back. Look ahead. You are no longer a teenager. You're no longer a child. All right? You are an adult legally. So you should be dealing with everybody your age and older. Not younger, not no minor. As long as they're 18 and over, that is your pool to choose from. That's a large pool, by the way. I'm just saying. All right? So, yeah. No minor. We're not going to do that here in Jamaica, bro. Not going to do that. Third suspect nabbed in unaliving in St. Catherine. Contractor. Some more crimes. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to speak to you guys about, except for the video with the ODPEM Assistant Commissioner. Like I said, what I'm going to do is I am going to go on OBS. I'm gonna do it right now, so if you guys want to stick around with me, I like to hear myself, but I won't be giving my commentary on it. You know what I mean? OBS open up. Yeah, let's go. Man, in a ramp
when
with
you have the perfect response in your
man,
head,
in a ramp with the sound system, no, my brother. Man, it's terrible, man.
Because we get mobile phone and social media photographs too from the police officers anonymously, with their show up in their groups on WhatsApp. We too receive some of that, and they are showing photographs of bodies of students and weapons.
Just I'm gonna take a screenshot of that video. You have one already. can't use that. Ah, you can't use this. Yes, yes. Yes. All right. Nice. Yeah, man.
Because we get mobile phone and social media photographs too from police officers, anonymously, with their shop and their groups on WhatsApp. We too receive some of that. And they are showing photographs of bodies of teens, no weapons with them. So this is how, after 12.5 years for myself and others, we can see what is happening. It's not as if it's a secret world. So I think that's disappointing that it went down to significantly low in 2019 to 86 fatal shootings. And I think it demonstrates even before then and a little bit after that, the police can still control crime, manage crime, arrest criminals without that excessively high rate of people being killed.
No, sir. You have to record this and then replay, brother.
Your personal feeling coming in with the numbers like they were, and then you're limiting us, and the numbers seem to be trending a little bit higher than when you came in. Personally,
I'm not going to hear the difference on the play.
It's disappointing to see the numbers rise up again in such a manner, and it's difficult to understand, not difficult to understand why they've increased in such a way, although we just reported on it, and over half of all fatal shootings now are arising.
Guys, it's my birthday coming up.
From planned policing operations.
Less than 5 days.
Since I started here, everyone's aware of that. Then if that's the plan,
can you believe it?
should be
today, the last day, when we say,
and where people should be being arrested under planned environments, controlled.
I would much rather you guys bless me today. If you don't bless me today, and I'll look for it again. Alright? If you don't bless me on the cash app today, or the PayPal or the Zelle, and I'll look for it again. I will not mention it again. For all our people them were there. And you know, it's all good either way, you understand? Because I don't give nobody nothing to put them.
I think it is.
But I'm not gonna mention it again after today.
Identified a range of features which could be introduced, which would limit, perhaps reduce the state of that operation. But I know that's a simply over report at the moment. Nothing has been done to at least try to remedy. We've asked for the firearms recovered allegedly from the scenes to be placed in forensic bags, for instance, and sealed all of the time. There's no response at all in respect to that recommendation, and weapons are still being recovered, placed in pockets.
That's significant to himself.
I think the simple remedies.
No response for that recommendation from the police. That's not good.
Now, that's not the case.
Big up yourself, Nads. Big up Nads. Sorry, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
What do you recommend? Well, the primary one is contamination and forensic recovery. If the guns are simply collected by an officer who's already fired his own gun, possibly, so he's got firearms ready on it, his DNA is transferred to the weapon. Then we're looking to see, these weapons are allegedly belonging to the criminals. So if they are collected in a forensic recovery procedure properly and placed into a plastic bag, any DNA of the gunman would be on the weapon, presumably. If it had been fired, the forensic discharge from the weapon would still be on there. But by collecting it up and just putting it in the pocket or into the front of the car or into a paper bag, that is contamination of material. There's no other police force which is engaged in recovery of firearms in that manner. And then later on, if anything is found, how is that going to be attributable to the gunman or not transferred from the police officer himself to the weapon? DNA or blood can be wiped off. And these are just basic, standard procedures of the recovery of critical evidence. To be able to prove especially with the prisoners alive still, if that was the case. That weapon is yours, or we can see a fingerprint on the inside, or we'll take the magazine off, and your fingerprints on the magazine, or on the bullet.
Yo, the man attacked some things, you know.
Like leaving a hand in it. And it represents a culture of too casual an approach to weapon recovery, forensic recovery. And unfortunately, it's the same with the removal of the bodies from the scene still. You know, by the scene where the deceased is still there. And also holds the door of evidence. We've got citizen videos, police videos circulated in early years of them just picking up the bodies unceremoniously, dumping in the back of the police vehicles or pickups, and then taking away their...
Yeah, the man I talk about all the police, them take up the body, the man I dump them in the back of the something. Yo! No man, that interview is serious with the Samania man. Man, I raise some serious points, Virgin.
It is horrific because we've got numerous videos, primarily taken by members of the public, who then put them on social media. Officers having been engaged in a shooting, picking up the body without gloves.
Without gloves.
They fired the weapon, but already got their own discharge residue from the police guns. They're picking up the bodies. There's transference there or removal of any residue that might be on the government's hands. And it is basic forensic recovery.
Wow. Embarrassing.
Nothing new, but unfortunately, and it is unfortunately, the Jamaican Conservative Force have not really addressed it by the police. Because when there is a murder scene, that body is left there. That body is photographed. That body is collected in a different manner. But they're all homicides. And until the investigation is
when I hear this
and analysed, there's a sort of two-tier positioning of how forensic is addressed. If you're murdered by civilians of government, as opposed to being shot by the police. That is an issue, and the insufficient approach to tackling the problem. You can go to any other police jurisdiction, almost any other, and if police report that they've killed someone, that body will remain in situ and be protected, photographed in situ, and then removed.
So the other question that Mr. Campbell is, in your view, is it deliberate or is just sloppy policing? All of what we talked about, the body being thrown into the back of a police service vehicle, or the gun recovered at the scene not being handled properly. Is it, in your view, is it deliberate or is it just sloppy policing?
I don't think I wouldn't use the word sloppy policing. I think it's a culture that they've just grown up with and no one's really challenged it except Indicom. And it may well be resources, funding, because all this costs money. You're going to start having forensic bags, but they've got forensic bags. There is proper forensic procedure in the JCF, because we've seen that in other cases, in all other murder investigations. I think it's cultural. I think it's a dismissiveness of police shooting, because but we don't get an explanation for it either. So we've reported on this many times, but there's no response back to the Commissioner of Indicom, or even to explain why this is so. It might be volume. You know, there could be a whole range of reasons. What I think is the absence of explanation from an agency which is responsible to answer to the public. They're responsible to provide an answer to the public. They're not providing a response to Indicom. They're an agent of the state. They're supported and funded by government, and they're answerable to the public.
Is there a particular case that illustrates the process of not having evidence in a proper
specific case? All the cases that occur, there is no case where officers have collected the body in an appropriate manner, in a forensic recovery, or produced weapons. I mean, on a lot of the shootings you see which are high profile, where multiple people are killed gunmen, within an hour, those guns are displayed on a table and photographed for the media. How is that forensic recovery investigation? What are they doing?
As against what? As opposed
to being in forensic bags and recovered and being submitted to the laboratory, but they're presented time and again as a show off. Look at what we've got. Within hours of the shooting, because we get mobile phone and social media photographs too from police officers anonymously. With their shot in their groups on WhatsApp, we too receive some of that. And they are showing photographs of bodies at scenes. No weapons with them. So this is how, after 12.5 years for myself and others, we can see what is happening. It's not as if it's a secret world.
I don't know why.
This is day one of my husband doing high tea workouts.
I don't know why it was freezing up like that. I guess my computer needs to clean up or something. But it was moving. You can hear the audio good, but he was moving really slow. Let me play that back or play.
On the stone of Bagawaya.
Hold on. Our Bagawaya. Our Bagawaya. How did that come from a while ago? Huh? What is going on, bro? Our Bagawaya. Let's go hear if it better now.
Because we can get mobile phone and social media photographs too from police officers anonymously with their shot in their group. That's we too receive some of that. And they're showing photographs of their scenes, no weapon with them. So within half of the 12.
Nah, that was a fail. That was a fail, guys. I'm gonna go. I'm you know, they need a better audio for that something. That's a fail. That is an absolute fail. The conversation with them have with the man was so important, right? One of the things I could have caught was how them remove the bodies them. When them shoot people, they say them just take up the body them and them something there. Some picture or something to take, you understand there's a proper way of deal with things. So you can gather evidence, proper evidence for the crime. Jamaica is not a real place, you know. The man them shoot man and remove the body themselves. There's supposed to be a team to come and take picture and take statement. It shouldn't be that, oh, the police word, I would just believe them. Jamaica is not a real place, you know. Proper procedure not being followed in a many cases. And you know, shoot man, take up them body and shoot in the back of the van them. No real team are not now for it. And then they must say probably our resources them not have. But how long can we use that as an excuse while telling the people that they have how much resources, while telling the people that the police them is doing such a fabulous job? Every chance Andrew is getting praise the police them, you know? Every chance. But when are we going to talk about the deficiencies? The police force not perfect. Far from it. If you put them on a scale from 1 to 10, you'd be surprised the real grade of them get when they compare it to international standards and global standards. Yes? Anyway, I have got to delete this because it's just too loud and it just, ugh. You know, record good. Sorry, my bad. Bless up on yourself. Hold on, let me just look on this news. Let me see if there's any new thing that happened before I leave. Let me go to this. People's National Party. Oh, Dana Scott Motley was in the Senate. This was yesterday.
CARICOM stepped up. And Minister, CARICOM stepped up. And CARICOM has long described itself as a community of sovereign states. When this disaster hit, CARICOM was there, ready, smaller places than us, but they knew they had a role to play, and they did. And I want to salute that. For small states, and particularly for Caribbean small island states, This environment in which we are presently operating provides both opportunity and risk. For indeed, international cooperation does not take place in a neutral vacuum. We know that. You have warned me about what diplomacy means and that I have to learn that art. I do know that assistance is shaped by global priorities, strategic interests, and shifting alliances. Disaster response, climate finance, infrastructure investment, and development assistance are increasingly intertwined with broader geopolitical considerations. We have navigated many such moments, and I am confident that we will also navigate these. But I want to ask a question of you, Minister, and hope that you will respond before I go. How do you see the future working with the international community? To put it differently, we have seen that Jamaica has raised significant loans and some grants. But do you see now that this is an opportunity? And will that be one of the things you will be doing to try to get now more tangible demonstrations of commitment to climate resilience? I say this because clearly we need more help than putting on roofs. We need technical assistance which will guide our people, develop the skills in our people to build it differently, to build back better, and to build back bearing in mind that this is not the end of the tragedies which we will experience. Minister, CARICOM stepped up. And CARICOM has long described itself as a community of sovereign states. When this disaster hit, CARICOM was there, ready, smaller places than us, but they knew they had a role to play, and they did. And I want to salute that. For small states, and particularly for Caribbean small island states, this environment in which we are presently operating.
Cutting Edge, what's up, my brother? What's going on, player? What's happening, man? What's up, bro? You good? I saw Mel Dub pass through earlier, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Mel Dub. I see Cutting Edge in the building. Big up to Cutting Edge. Cutting Edge, is that what is that?
Minister, cooperation does not take place in a neutral vacuum. We know that. You have warned me about what diplomacy means and that I have to learn that art. I do know that assistance is shaped by global priorities, strategic interests, and shifting alliances. Disaster response, climate finance, infrastructure investment, and development assistance are increasingly intertwined with broader geopolitical considerations. We have navigated many such moments, and I am confident that we will also navigate these. But I want to ask a question of you, Minister, and hope that you will respond before I go. How do you see the future working with the international community? To put it differently, we have seen that Jamaica has raised significant loans and some grants. But do you see that this is an opportunity? Will that be one of the things you will be doing to try to get now more tangible demonstrations of commitment to climate resilience? I say this because clearly we need more help than putting on roofs. We need technical assistance which will guide our people, develop the skills in our people to build it differently, to build back better, and to build back bearing in mind that this is not the end of the tragedies which we will experience. Minister.
Hey. Jamaica on really drop the ball, you know. Hey, cutting edge, you know, easy, man. I just looked at your picture, your profile picture. I said, is that? Because I've been watching Avengers. The Avengers. No, not the Avengers. Is the Avengers? Is the Avengers the series? Superman and everybody? Yeah, the Avengers. So, no, the Justice League. I've been watching the Justice League cartoon series. I ended it now. I reached the last one. But the dude that you have as a picture, Mr. Faceless, yo, man, that's crazy. That is the perfect picture for you, bro. Mr. Faceless. Yo, I watched the whole series. I was watching it for the last month. No, not month, a few weeks. Because I watch a lot of series back to back. You know, yeah, Mr. Faceless, yo, that definitely suits you, bro. But Jamaica, we really dropped the ball, you know, when on September 3rd. And I'm working on forgiving you guys. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right? Yeah, man, I'm working on it. I'm working on forgiving you guys. You know, but I'm going to mention this from time to time, but it's not out of that I have it, I hold it against you, but it's about, we have to remember that we missed the ball September 3rd. A Donna Scott Motley versus a Kamina Johnson Smith. Andre Stevens talked about it the other day. Think about it now, man. Listen to what the lady is saying in regards to holding the global world accountable. Motley, they behind her name, her last name, so you know it go. Imagine Miss Donna Scott Motley and Mrs. Motley, the president, the prime minister of our country, in a UN meeting, speaking on key issues. Just imagine. Imagine how good of representation that would be. Now, I don't agree with everything and every stance that everybody has. But I'm damn certain I agree with a lot of the stance that Miss Donna Scott Motley holds. You understand? And in this regard specifically, in terms of getting people to come and assist us to train the people down here to build back our own country better, I think that should have been done maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I think that should have been done. Yeah, man, I think that should have been done in preparation for this build-up of so-called climate change. Like I said, these guys are preaching the doctrine, you know, but I don't think them really believe it, because where's the action and the implementation of policies to prepare for this eventuality of these monsters? Where is it? Where is getting people from overseas to come and train our people down here in mass engineering, right? Super engineering. You know, one of the ways, and I'm gonna go off topic a little bit, because it's about preparation still, but it's a preparation in another way. One of the issues that they have in Jamaica right now is that women and men are not bringing forth and keeping families together and having children. And the family part of it is important. If the government was being led by God, you know one of the things that the government would do to promote marriages as a government is to give special concessions for families. So say for instance that you are married, you have your wife and you have your children. When you want to get a piece of land, you get special concession, special discount, because you're a family. That is something that the government can do. They can put that and pass that into law. That would encourage marriages, and it will encourage people to stick together longer. so they can actually build real wealth and legacy for their children that they will be leaving behind in the natural order of things. They will get special concessions for a vehicle. Them not get it free, but special legal concessions as a parent for a vehicle, a car. You understand what I'm saying? In terms of business ventures, special concessions again. Special grants. I might not know the terminologies, but you, the brain boxes, the Mark Goldings, the Isaac Buchanans. I'm sure if I was to be in a space with them and mention this, that seed that I just planted would turn out into an ancient tree, deeply enrooted by law and benefiting millions of Jamaican people down the line, because they would have implemented and structured the law in such a way, because they have the brain for do it. But this idea of mine, it just come to me a while ago. And I'm not saying that is my idea. It's probably something I heard from another country that they are doing a long time ago, and I just remix it in terms of framing it for just married people. Right? Yeah, this idea of 2 is better than 2 minutes, them sell that to people. But then when I look on the reality of the finances of the country and how people living, people is not living with prosperously in Jamaica. So when they talk about prosperity, me have to wonder what prosperity they talk about. What is this prosperity that they are experiencing? Where is it?
Yes, sir. There are still 950 people who are living in shelters. Still 90 emergency shelters up and running, and some which are scheduled to close. And 626,000 people were affected. 45 persons lost their lives directly. Others still counting from the consequences of disease, leptospirosis, for example, and we don't know what else. Your expression of gratitude to the international community is appreciated, because there is no question about the fact that countries responded so swiftly to the magnitude of the disaster which we experienced.
More than the government.
You have listed the categories, and I don't think that it would serve us well for me to try and replicate what you have done, except to say that we are grateful and we recognize what was done. Minister, you did a very dangerous thing in calling people's name. I know that you are a very seasoned politician, but let me tell you, you never escape the wrath of some persons, and I have got some messages already. But suffice it to say that the magnitude of the response from our diaspora, from the woman who works as a housekeeper and who sent home things to her community, to the artists who could put on international concerts, that had to be acknowledged. And indeed, it gives us an opportunity to reflect on just how much potential, how much goodwill, how much it is that we can harness the diaspora to help us in various ways and as we rebuild. Even as I share the pain of those who have suffered from Hurricane Melissa, there are still 950 people who are living in shelters. Still 90 emergency shelters up and running, and some which are scheduled to close. And 626,000 people were affected. 45 persons lost their lives. Even as I share the pain, lives directly.
You can listen to her over and over again. So that is Donna Scott Motley, PMP. Mommy, you get a call? Somebody came here. Hold on the people. Anyway, people, big up on yourself here. I'm gonna leave it right there, so I'm out. Alright. I'm gonna just cancel the reaction there to the assistant director of name them people that will hold the police them accountable. Me just gonna cancel that. Can't deal with it. You might lose weight, yes? Anyway, look, come on.